Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Roger Gleeson, who's a late fill-in for Peter Ellis, who's gone for a walk around the track, Roger.
Where is Peter?
I think he'll be back in the dark, so this is the sunset edition.
It's the sunset edition. Well, it will be the way things are going.
Welcome to 6 o'clock news.
Yeah, that's about it too.
You can be Jane Butt.
Oh, really? Well, the weather's going to be all right the next few days, and even going to be a dry tracks up at Swan Hill.
Swan Hill Sunday?
Yep, yeah, Swan Hill Sunday. It's going to be dry up that way for their cup meeting.
There you go.
Well, I've got to get away from this place first.
Well, let's run through our runners for last week, Roger. I don't know how many you looked at, but we'll go back to last Saturday when Astrological ran fourth at Bendigo, and young Harry Coffey rode it. Looked like it was going to win 200, but just petered on its run to the line. Yeah,
it's a shame with that horse because he's always thereabouts, but just unfortunately, let's hope a win's not too far away for the guys in that horse.
Back to 1200 and blinkers on maybe.
Okay.
Lady Mafke, she ran second for Michelle Payne over 1,000. She come flying home from last. Did you see that run?
No, I did not see that run. But
you watching Carlton or something?
No, I was watching Hawthorn actually.
Oh, well, they weren't no good either.
They're gone.
They're gone, yes. Well, she did come flying home, and she's ready to win that filly, so she'll probably go to Pakenham next week. But nice. Her sectionals were unbelievable for the last 400 there, so she's right on track, ready to win.
Going up in distance?
Yeah, she will be at some point. Sunday, I sent Peter up to Ballarat. We had 2 runners, Roger, and we made the fatal sin on a Sunday.
What was that?
He didn't go to church before he went to the races, and we had 2 runners on Sunday, and they both ran last. So
there'll be an inquiry there.
Please,
jeez.
Go and put something in the plate to help the battlers. Serious deal. Matt Kamani having his first start ran last. Matt was very apologetic. In all his trials, Roger had settled back in the field and ran home really well.
Right.
So on the race day, what were the instructions? Sit outside the leader.
Okay, yeah.
That's really smart.
Well, what's it doing up there? Like, you know.
Where do you reckon to finish last?
Yeah, well, both ends have finished last. So
anyway, we got up at midnight on Sunday night, Roger, to watch our Melbourne couples from last year, Tiberian, go around in the Group 2 race over there, over 2,400. And it was a really hard race, but unfortunately, he loomed up like he was going to be the winner, and he ran 7th out of 7th.
Wow. So
don't think he's the horse he was.
How far from the winner?
Oh, from me to you.
Oh,
no, further.
What? Jeez.
Ballarat to Warrnambool.
No, okay, Melbourne to Warrnambool, right, eh?
No, he was well beaten. The jury's out on how that horse is going this prep, so we'll just have to wait and see for his next run. On Monday, we had Tennessee Gold go up to Wangaratta, and Patrick Maloney rode her over 2,000. Drew 1. Didn't want to draw 1, Pete, because you're Roger, aren't you?
Pete? Where are you, Pete?
Can't find him. He's still out on the track somewhere. Barrier 1 got stuck on the fence. Fence was a no-go zone.
No-go zone, okay.
And got beaten.
Bogged down or what?
Disappointing, yeah. Disappointing.
Right,
but we'll give it one more go. Tuesday we went out to Bow Desert. We had a jockey called Jackson Murphy. You can't really say I've ever heard of Jackson Murphy.
Jeez.
Anyway, it was a disappointing result.
Any relation to Darren Murphy?
Yeah, it could be. Tried to go forward, caught wide, eased back, never looked comfortable, no wonder. Pulled his shoes off. Came back barefoot.
Right?
That's the second time that horse has done that. In between times, his shoes stayed on and he won.
What? Oh, geez, how about that to get some glue here?
We need a new farrier at Tony Golan's.
Oh, okay.
Do you know a good farrier?
Yeah, Macarellas.
Get up there. Nice job up there as he's drinking his cordial. Hope you're not driving, eh? Anyway, here we are today at Sandown. We've had 4 runners. We had Whitemore in the 1400, 2-year-old D Lane on board, barrier 13. Rode him an absolute treat. Finished 6th, Roger. Just looks like to me he needs 1600.
Further? Further. Yeah.
That young trainer down there at Cranbourne, Robbie Griffiths.
What's his name?
Robbie Griffiths.
Oh, right. That's his first start, though.
No, he's had about 3 or 4, Roger.
Oh, is he? Okay.
No, he 4th start today. And then we have Mr. Moneybags there. He won. Barrier 16. Did you see that run?
Yes.
Did you have something on him?
I was too busy talking.
Your wife had something on him?
Yeah, she took the double.
Didn't get it.
No.
11's into 460.
Wow. Well, someone's had to go. Let's hope the boys that race the horse are still collecting.
I think they had a good day. Tell you what, in the run, it was a heat of the Silver Bowl. It's a big race, strong race, but we're pretty pleased to get away from 50 stars for a change. We've been beaten by him a couple of times, but today 4 wide, no cover, under the hammer and just fought on and just hung on to win. That was a very good race.
It's a good win.
So he'll probably go to Flemington in the next Silver Bowl race and hopefully go to the final.
Same distance?
Next start will be, yeah. And then Captain Harry, we had him in the same race.
Yeah, was up there early.
Dean Yendall and finished fourth.
Finished fourth, yeah.
Good run. Dino just said probably just need a little bit wetter than good. And he did a good job to run fourth against some probably more seasoned horses. Here comes Peter.
Here comes
Ellis.
Peter. Hello, Peter. You're late, Peter.
And then we've got...
hey, have you got a note?
Jump in here, Pete. Jump in here next to Roger. Get around here the other side.
Okay.
We're doing this live and free.
I just walked a lap of Sandown. Just walked a lap of Sandown.
And how is it? How's
Track's
the report?
Sensational conditions.
You have to move over and get on screen a bit. Roger takes up a fair bit of room.
Yeah,
well,
certainly
I haven't had a drink yet.
It's one of the best race courses in Australia, so I'm sure every horse will pull up well today.
Well, we don't want to sell. We don't want to sell them this real estate, do we?
Well, that'll be a disaster for Victoria if they sold it. So I think I'll retire if they sell it.
Yeah, I think I will too.
There's no chance of that.
We'll just go to our final runner, Pete, Craig and Air there in the last. He was a bit disappointing, wasn't he?
Finished fifth.
Had the gun run
had the run
just
of the
behind
race.
him on the fence.
Yeah, run
just
the
didn't let
race.
down. It wasn't a strong race either, Darren. So.
Back in grade, down in weight, back in distance, no excuses.
The trainer was blowing a bit too, you know. I think the horse was too.
I don't know, I'm sure if that...
On what he showed earlier on, he was a bit disappointing today. So.
Probably not having a fair dinkum go, they said.
Yeah.
Well, last
Jockey thought he was a bit soft.
Right.
The last 120, he was there to 120 there.
Yeah, well...
And he's dropped off and ran fifth. He's had blinkers before.
Blinkers again.
Yeah, a week of race probably needs to go to the
58.
Warrnable up your neck.
No, Bendigo, where he was before at Bendigo.
This could be a very long edition.
We have to find him after dark.
We could be in the dark in a minute if you don't hurry up. Anyway, let's go. That's the last of our runners. So tomorrow, Peter, we're off to Ballarat. You're going up to watch Revolution.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Saab
Yeah. So Saab says the horse is improving all the time. May take another run, and she's racing like she needs further. And a soft track would help, but unfortunately, there's no soft tracks.
It'd be soft at Ballarat.
I was there last Sunday and they rated it a 7, but I thought it was about a 5.5. So it'll be in a similar range. I think they'll probably go up a 6.
All right. Well, he's a bit worried, Saab.
How far is that, Pete, tomorrow?
1600.
16, is it?
Yeah. I've got the cheat sheet. That's how.
Oh, I see.
She's just going to take a couple of runs, you know. She'll take time.
Yeah. Bit of a look. He's no star, but Saab might get a win out of it.
That's right. He's sort of lost his way, and Saab he's happy he's got him back on track. Thinks he probably needs a mile and a half. You know.
Saturday we are taking Wanted Diva over at Adelaide, looking for fillies and mares race there, 1300. Try and get back top of the ground. Wanted Diva's been a bit disappointing this prep. Showed a lot early as a 2-year-old, but this prep just doesn't seem to have done much.
Yeah, I haven't seen the field, so I'm not quite sure what she's up against.
But you think over in Adelaide in 75 fillies and mares,
probably
the right race. Wouldn't be wet there, you wouldn't think so.
Generally these days the Hayes Tabernacle courses to go back to Adelaide seem to fire.
They seem to fire. So she's at the crossroads. Falago, he was terrific last start at Sandown. And he goes to Flemington on Saturday at 2500. He'd be some sort of hope.
Yeah, you'd expect he'd finish in the first 4 leading to that race. What's it, the Banjo Patterson down the track?
Yeah, that's it. So he's really found form. He probably got left in front too soon here when Luke Nolan rode him the other day.
Yeah, they went very slow though. You know, they went 62. I think 62 the first 1,000.
You're not a jockey lover, are you?
I just know.
I think you might be.
It's one of the toughest capers being a jockey. And
well, you can't.
What about a track walk?
For a start.
A track walk.
There's not many of us, so it's pretty straightforward.
So you get it right all the time?
They get well.
No, I get it wrong too.
Okay.
Like today, I tipped 3 out of 6. I got it wrong 3 times, didn't I?
Yeah. But you got it right 3. No, the other 3.
I got 3 seconds and 3 first.
Oh, right. All right, well, let's talk about Swan Hill. We've got quite a few runners up there. Social Spin. That's a 2-year-old half to La Passe. Having his first race this time. He's trialled up really good, so without knowing what's in the race, Social Spin, he looks like a handy young horse from the Darren Weir camp. Artisano's second up, ran nice. Come from last at Hamilton first up, he's a stayer, and he gets himself into a 58 1600. Artisano, he'll run a nice race. Last start winner, Misty C, won really well with blinkers first time at Mildura, and he goes to Swan Hill 64. I always thought this horse might be mid-week city grade at the time, but he should run well. PK, first up over 975. Not the soundest horse in the world, but has got ability on his day. Millinery, down with Daniel Bowman. He's a Hayes cast-off. First up over 975, probably need to run. And then we've got the Michelle Payne double. We've got Condover Hall, going to Eden Hope first up. He's a stayer. He'll need to run over 14.50. And Lady Mafke going to, where's she going? She's going down to Pakenham on Tuesday, and on that last run, she'll be really hard to beat.
On the synthetic.
On the
Synthetic, okay.
We want to win a race with her and get her out to the paddock and then back for some nice mares races in the spring. So Peter, just to carry on with your discussion about Sandown, the track played beautifully today.
Yeah, you can win on the fence, you can come 10 wide, just depending on the tempo, Darren. Yeah, as I say, it's one of the best tracks in the country, and it's a credit to Tim Bailey.
Yeah.
And I think everybody wants to run here because you're also going to pull up well. And even in the middle of winter, it rains so well, it's never really that wet. You know.
Isn't it good where you can come to the races and it doesn't matter whether your horse is a leader or a back marker or it's draws 1 or draws 13, you just get an even chance.
Yeah,
for sure.
The disappointing part from me is that like the CF4 Stakes was always a great weight for age race. The JJ Liston was always a great race, and now they run at Caulfield and they just mimic the Mimsy and the other weight for age race there. So yeah, so that's a shame. But obviously Caulfield's closer to the CBD, and they don't want to race at Sandown, it's too far out on the Saturday. But I think it's a mistake because. You know, we've seen some high Perno, some of the great stayers have been Litzelope have been able to win the 1400 weight for age race here, whereas it's probably a really disadvantage around Caulfield. But.
Yeah, do you remember that old horse Luther's Luck? I think he had the record here for the most wins. Do you remember him?
Luther's
Yeah,
Luck,
He got about 13 or 14 wins here at
Yeah, he
Sandown.
was a massive mud runner, and of course he was a real mud runner. In the old days of Sandown, he put up the heavy track sign and say in May, and it just remained there until September. So most of the listed stakes were running the heavy in those days, but still it was always a good race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Roger, where are you off to the races next?
Well, I'm not too sure. I'm still on the carpet. I'm not going to get myself up off the carpet.
You had a
today.
double the other day. How long has it been?
First time he's had two runners
in the one day. Yeah, no, that was
You
right.
need more horses.
Been
like, just
greedy.
trouble.
Well, I've got another 5 that haven't raced yet, so you know, so there's more to
Loves it.
come.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah,
There's
so
more to come, so you know, we'll just take it day by day.
so next time with the race, will you bring the scones and the thermos for me?
Oh Jesus, we're going back here. That's right.
Well, he promised me scones at Warrnambool. Unfortunately, I didn't get there.
You promised Mum a cup of coffee once and it took 2 years to deliver.
No, but I got there.
2 years it took?
there. No, I was there, and even paid.
I know, Mum thought she was going to have to wait. She got the old folks home.
No, she was right. No, I'm turning up. Jeez. No, but it's all fun. It's all
So
good.
what's your favourite horse? Whether
Well, the one that got injured, probably.
Yeah.
Connery.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Connery's chipped a knee, so he's out.
I just caught up with a few videos earlier in the week, and I saw his last run. It was massive, just too far back.
That's
Cheap
exactly
up.
right. That's
Who
exactly. Who
rode
rode it? Who
don't
was the
know.
jockey? Now, do we all know?
Who was it?
Tell everybody.
He hasn't been discovered yet, that bloke. Who is he?
I don't know, I can't remember.
Was it a fellow by the name? Started with B, was it?
Brad Ruilla.
No, that's Silver Strata. When he got beat on that.
Who was it?
Was it a fellow Brown?
Ethan Brown.
Was it Ethan Brown?
He's a very good rider.
I like it.
Yeah.
He is a good rider, but they
He's
do
very
have their
astute.
bad rides.
Oh, they
Some
all.
of these jockeys, they all do.
You see, he was on a $1.40 chance here a couple of weeks ago in this one of the traffic jam.
And it can happen,
all,
and it
yeah.
does happen. It does happen. Yeah, that's exactly right.
And John McNeil rode Mr. Moneybags. You know, he's been riding him, and we've probably been a little bit critical and been a little bit too negative, but today he's very positive, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he had the option. He drew awkward. If he began just to set slowly, ideally would have been midfield with cover, and he decided to go forward. He worked really hard and showed plenty of fight. The thing I liked about what Jai said after the race is he said he thought he was going to get run down by Kirama's horse, and as soon as he heard it, he found plenty. I think sort of heading to a mile race at Fleming could be right up his alley. So he's an underrated horse. He's only in his second preparation.
Yeah, well, I got
think
this
he'll be
little update here today from Peter Ellis, and I don't know if you can see that, but it does say that he's tipped Mr. Moneybags on top. He gave me this one after the race. I'm sure he had a different one prior to the race, but
He got that last night, by the way.
he said here, Mr. Moneybags is ready to win, following the 3 excellent runs this trip, working home nicely from a highly rated, what's that? Iconism or iconism?
Iconoclasm. Yeah.
Yep, before solid efforts behind 50 stars at Hillside and Lakeside. So you're pretty much on the money.
Well,
I reckon that's
still
the
up
first time
six
he's tipped me a
tips, 3 winners, 3 seconds.
Well, it's Mr. Moneybags, let's face it. You know,
And he was, what, $6 or something there?
11s into 460.
Who got the 11s? You did.
Not me.
Well, it's not me, I didn't have a bet, so you can track anywhere, any TAB in Australia, or well, I haven't got an account with the corporate.
No, we don't need it. We don't need to be betting, do we?
You don't need an account, do you? You still get on.
No,
And
if
you
I'm
can
having
follow-
a bet, I want to bet with the tote, the money goes back to the industry. More of it does anyway.
Well, that's what we need.
That's right.
Otherwise, we'll be like those overseas countries.
Yeah, that's
with
right.
no
Like
prize
England,
money.
you know, I go to places like Great Yarmouth and there'd be a race for £3,000. There's $500,000 was running around it. So.
No good.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's back to front
more
to
for
me. That's
Tabcorp
back to front.
Yeah, so I haven't got an account with any corporate. Never had a bet with Betfair. I'm happy that if I have a bet, I like the table, don't I?
Now, just finally, before I sign off, if you're on Twitter, you should follow Peter Ellis because he puts his tips up there every week, and you might occasionally get a winner off.
Right,
Yeah, well, I'll be there for Doomben on Saturday, and I'm sure.
Who wins the stroke race?
Still working on it. They need to see that. The barriers, the whole thing. You know?
Just give me your best guess.
No,
What's your gut feeling?
no.
Must be something. Surely, come on, there must be something here.
Too early to tell.
Have you got a winner at Doomben for us?
Not yet. I have to work on it.
Not yet.
I don't want to commit to something.
Doomben's coming, you know.
Yeah.
When do you work on it?
I'll start when I get home tonight. Yeah.
So you work tonight, all day tomorrow?
Yeah, I've got to go to Ballarat and all day Friday, and then I hope to go to Doomben Saturday.
Oh, you go on that?
Yeah, so
Fly up?
yeah, fly up.
Business
back.
class?
No, never been
Is
in
that
business
right?
class. The only time I've been in business class when I've had an upgrade.
And
I
who
was
are you
coming
working
back from
for at
South
the weekend?
Darren Weir.
You're working for Weir?
Yeah, so I was coming back from South Africa one day, and I got an upgrade to Dubai, but then back in the economy from Dubai to Melbourne. Yeah, so.
The only upgrade I got was row 26 to row 25.
Yeah, that's right. Is
that right, Roger?
That's exactly right. To see the Magpies.
Yeah, well, we should get a trip together for Dubai next year. What do you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, well,
I should see him over in Dubai,
Yeah.
Roger.
Who? I can go. Why can't I?
Will
Yeah.
the missus let you go?
She lets me go anywhere.
He doesn't go far.
Doesn't
Well,
go far. I go to every race meeting. You
I think
know
that's
that.
a wrap for ATB-TV here in the dark, and a special thanks to our guests here,
Well, we are in
Mr.
the dark.
Roger Gleeson and Mr. Peter Ellis, the expert panel.
Yeah, well, Peter's here.
And
so.
he's got his beer. This could rival the front bar on TV.
Yeah, yes.
Well, we're going to tune in next Wednesday or Thursday or whatever
We'll be back.
for episode 3.
Oh, that's
Cheers.
right. It's coming.